We're back in the Swiss Alps, in the heart of Valais. After the thrills of the gravity events, it's time for endurance. EMTB, marathon, short track, cross country. 4 disciplines that push riders to their absolute limits.
Big climbs, all-out sprints and battles that go right down to the wire. This is where stamina and power meet strategy.
The rainbow jersey is on the line as the fight now enters the endurance arena. So where exactly is Valais? Tucked away in the southwest of Switzerland, this alpine canton sits at a crossroads of Europe, at the very heart of the mountains. Here, iconic peaks and imposing glaciers shape the perfect playground for mountain bikers. This is a land built for adventure. And now, the stage for the world's best riders chasing the rainbow jersey. Zermatt, home to the iconic Matterhorn and host of the short track cross country World Championships. In this sprint style race, riders tackle multiple laps of an unforgiving tactical course where every moment demands complete focus and split second decisions. Explosive starts, relentless climbs, descents that can shatter dreams or crown a champion. Kicking off the day, the under-23 riders take to the short track under rain and sun.
In the under-23 women's race, Canada's Isabella Holmgren defends her title with a commanding performance. By the third lap, she takes the lead and never looks back, riding with power and precision to cross the finishing line with a clear advantage. On the men's side, the under-23 race delivers a thrilling spectacle. After being active all race, Swiss rider Finn Trudler holds the lead into the last lap, showing strength and tactical skill. On the final lap though, France's Adrien Boissy surges forward, taking the title in a nail-biting sprint, a battle that comes down to a photo finish.
From decisive battles to photo finish drama, the next generation proves they are ready to make their mark on the world stage. The elite women are heading down to the start line for what is going to be a very exciting World Championship cross-country short track race. The lights go green. The women's cross-country short track is away for 2025.
And Sina Fry quickly moving up here, but you can see the kick off that line critical here, and a real battle as the riders are spread out and across the course. Good move though by Jen Jackson down the centre. Carrying the momentum, carrying the speed, getting the traction key here, not letting those gaps go. Fry on the left-hand side, really digging in deep, but it's going to be Neff who leads them into the rock garden. Stiga on the wheel. Mountain biking is one of those sports where coming into contact with the ground is relatively inevitable at some point, because when you are racing for a championship, you're going to push to the limit. Massive smash on the front of the race here. We're just seeing riders down. That looks like Stiga down on the floor. So is Fry here. A massive stack as they came around that left-hand turn. They slid out on the tarmac. They've gone in, and this has totally changed the shape of the racing here. We have gone from a huge pack of riders, potentially 15 in contention. It's not anymore. Richards has lost that rear tyre that's blown out by the look of it. I think she's lost all pressure in there. She's a long, long way from the pit. It's pretty much just after it. And I think that's going to take it down to 3 riders. Risvet on the outside takes the other side. Well-matched riders. One more lap. This is the last time up this section after the big kick is key here. And you can see Keller at the moment with Jenny Rizvez on a wheel. Alessandra Keller leads up here. Rizvez is looking pretty composed.
Keller pushing now. She's pushing for the line. She's pushing for the World Championship title here in Zermatt. Jenny Rizvid's desperate to close that gap down and get back on the wheel. But Keller, this is the move.
Rizvez makes a move up. She's going to be on the wheel going into the rock garden. It's going to come down to who wants this the most. Keller's mouth is open so wide. She's sucking in the oxygen. She's got to keep it controlled. She's on the limit here. She's got the gap. Is it going to be a home win? Is she going to take away the title? Here she comes. One more berm to go.
One more berm to go, and Alessandra Keller comes round. It's the Women's Elite Cross-Country Short Track for 2025. And Alessandra Keller takes the win, your world champion.
The Swiss thought it was all over when they had the teammates laid across the floor, and now Alessandra Keller takes away the win in an action-packed, frantic race. Well, an astounding race in the Women's Championship here today. The Women's Elite Championship, the third of 4 short track races on this brilliant course here in Zermatt.
Ja, es ist unglaublich. Ich kann es noch nicht richtig glauben. Ich komme aus einer Verletzungsphase und mein grosses Ziel ist Gran Montana, respektive Zermatt mit der Heim-WM und jetzt auch der Titel im Shorttrack. Das ist unglaublich. Ich bin mega, mega stolz und ich danke allen ganz fest, die mir geholfen haben auf dem Weg und es ist eine riesige Belohnung für alle.
It's the men's elite cross-country short track that's up next. We've had 3 short track world championship races already this afternoon, and they have been fast, they have been furious, and they have been phenomenal viewing.
It's time to go racing here in Zermatt. We are away here at the 2025 Mountain Bike World Championships in Valais in Switzerland, the short track. And it looks to me like Andreasen has got the whole shot into the first section of tarmac. He's going to take that left-hand turn. Gaze is right in attendance here. This big pack being thinned down. This narrowing is quite gradual on as they make the way in. The first super pinch point. And they're going to push up on to the climb. What can they do here? Koretsky out of the saddle, going over the top and driving. This will take them into the rock garden past all of those Swiss fans here today. What can they do on the run down here? You don't want to lose position. There are riders, though, having to move up through. The world's best riders racing for a world title. That's what's at stake as they come through at the half race distance, led through by defending champion Victor Koretsky of France. 10 minutes 51 seconds of racing done. One long line coming in here as Zaro in the mix, but not holding the front of the race. Koretsky still leading this out. This is lap 8 of 10 done, and this is a quicker squeeze as they move in through here.
We've got 3 laps to go now in the men's World Championship short track race.
So the riders take the right-hand turn here. Now Blevins making a move on the right as they go down here, looking to make position to go up onto this climb in first place. This is Blevins' main attack going down here. Surely he's gone on the front, and can they answer him? The answer's going to be no. There's a gap open. It's 3 or 4 bike lengths. How much speed can he carry around here? He's got the gap. Then it's Cesaro, then it's Koretsky, then Gaze, then Andreasen. And Andreasen moving up from 5th into 4th place here. Oh my goodness, this is going to get so tight. Blevins has got the gap. He looks behind him. His win in Val de Soleil. Soleil came into that last turn. He's put a blistering sprint in, but look who's behind him. It's Koretsky, and he's carrying momentum. He's on the drop down. He's got the speed. He's running onto the wheel. Koretsky's coming up on Blevins here. He goes on the other side. Blevins went early. He went too soon. Victor Koretsky, 2 titles, 2 in a row. The Frenchman takes the win. Victor Koretsky in 1. Christopher Blevins in 2. What a win. The handshake there as Gaze and Koretsky, 2 former world champions, but one of them retakes his title here. The defending champion, Victor Koretsky, the world champion for 2025.
You deserve that all the way.
Koretsky, your world champion for 2025, taking that win in 21 minutes, 26 seconds, just 1 second ahead, and you saw just how close that was.
Vraiment énorme d'avoir conservé mon titre. Dans le dernier tour, c'était vraiment serré. J'étais pas en bonne position. J'ai tout donné dans le pierre, je suis descendu à fond. Et dans le dernier virage, je suis arrivé avec un poil plus de vitesse et j'ai réussi à passer. Donc ouais, vraiment énorme et trop content du résultat.
It's dawn in Verbier. Faces are tense. Riders know a grueling day lies ahead. But there's also the promise of riding through some of the most pristine alpine scenery in the world.
From Verbier to Valais, 125 kilometres of alpine terrain and 5,000 metres of climbing test not just strength but resilience.
As the kilometres tick by, the rhythm of the race begins to take shape. Groups stretch out across the trails, each rider finding their place in the long grind of the marathon.
Every climb chips away at the legs. Every descent adds more wear on the bike. It's a battle of consistency, with the strongest looking to stay smooth and steady throughout the race. For the fastest riders, it will take around 7 hours to reach the finish line. For most, it will take much longer.
After more than 100 kilometres comes the ultimate test, the Pas d'Olona. Here riders have to climb up to the highest point of the course at 2,700 metres. This is the moment where the contenders for the rainbow jersey have to rise to the front.
On the men's side, Keegan Swenson of the United States of America, usually dominant in American off-road racing, has broken clear at the front. With Italy's Samuele Porro, a seasoned European champion, close behind. Colombia's Hector Leonardo Perez-Leon, twice a marathon world champion, is chasing hard in third. For the women, XCO star Kate Courtney, a former elite world champion in cross-country, leads the way up the climb. Swiss rider Anna Weinbeer is in pursuit, riding a career best race, while Austria's Mona Mittenweiler, three-time marathon world champion, holds a strong third spot.
With Pas d'Olona behind them, it's now a long technical descent to Grimentz. Riders must balance speed with caution and pray their bikes hold up. One mistake or mechanical here will be costly for the rainbow jersey.
After a grueling race, it's Keegan Swenson who crosses the line first on the men's side, claiming the rainbow jersey in a remarkable performance. For the women, XCO star Kate Courtney proves her versatility, taking the win and completing a stunning all-American success story at the marathon.
It wasn't just like about the result here. I think for me, this has been a really amazing journey back to like why I started mountain biking and what I love about it and why there's value in doing really, really hard things that push you to your very edge. I'm really, really proud of that ride and really grateful to have a rainbow jersey to show for it.
It was amazing. This was one of my biggest goals of the season and the biggest goal I've had in the last few years. And this course suits me quite well, so I'd put a big target on it and was kind of all in, so it feels good.
From Verbier to Grimentz, the world's best riders have battled, and today the rainbow jersey belongs to the USA. After the grueling marathon, the focus now shifts to Bellewaerde for the e-mountain bike cross country. Riders tackle steep climbs, rock gardens and tight switchbacks, including sections that are normally downhill flow trails, climbable only on an e-bike. a fast and thrilling challenge that demands absolute control of the powerful e-bikes.
In the women's category, Austria's Anna Spielmann, the 2024 e-mountain bike World Cup overall winner, leads from the start. Her main rivals include Switzerland's Catherine Sturnemann, a seasoned competitor with multiple World Cup victories, and Germany's Sophia Wiedenroth, the 2024 silver medalist. Spielmann threads technical sections perfectly, maintaining a smooth and consistent pace to take the win, while Sturnemann and Wiedenroth push hard to stay in contention.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like the first time for me being on the podium, and then I could win it, so it's a pretty special day for me.
Spielmann claims the title, Sturnemann takes the silver, and Wiedenroth rounds out the podium with bronze. On the men's side, Frenchman Jérôme Gillot, aiming for a record 4th world title in EMTB XCO, starts in 3rd place. He quickly finds his rhythm, overtaking Hugo Pigeon and Switzerland's Joris Rief, the 2023 world champion. The battle with Rief remains incredibly tight, with every lap and every corner contested until the very last moment. Gillot crosses the line first, cementing his legacy with the 4th World Championship title, followed closely by Rief in 2nd and Pigeon in 3rd.
C'était très difficile, Joris était très fort. On ne pouvait pas faire de sprint à l'arrivée, il fallait que basculer en premier en haut de la descente, je savais que j'étais un peu plus rapide. Ouais, ça s'est joué jusqu'au dernier virage, on va dire. Donc je suis vraiment content de ma forme, le vélo a bien marché, le parcours était cool, il y avait du monde, l'ambiance était top, non, c'est quand même cool.
Here in Crans-Montana, the rainbow jersey is on the line in one of the most prestigious and hard-fought events of the World Championships. For the riders, this is the ultimate test, where years of preparation and sacrifice come down to just over an hour of all-out racing.
The 3.5-kilometre course is a true mountain challenge. Nearly 200 metres of climbing per lap, relentless steep ascents that burn the legs, technical rocky and rooty descents demanding total control, and fast sections where tactics and drafting can make the difference. All with the roar of the huge Swiss crowd driving the riders forward.
The racing in Crans-Montana kicks off with the team relay, a unique event where men and women, juniors, under 23 and elite riders all combine forces to chase the first jerseys in cross-country.
From the gun, it's full gas. Switzerland surges early, their young riders setting a blistering pace. Italy, the defending champions, remain firmly in the fight, with France chasing in 3rd.
The balance of power shifts constantly according to each team's strategy. A junior claws back seconds, an under 23 holds the line, an elite stretches the gap. The race stays incredibly tight.
On lap 4, France plays their card. Luana Lecomte takes over and immediately pushes her team into the lead.
Now it's up to her teammates to defend that advantage through the closing laps.
Allez, c'est super, c'est ce rythme-là qu'on veut voir, super.
For Switzerland, the anchor leg is none other than Nino Schurter, the most decorated cross-country rider in history, facing his final World Championships here before retirement. His task, protect third place against relentless pressure from behind.
In the end, France prevails to claim the relay crown. Italy battles the silver, while Schurter delivers bronze for Switzerland, a unique learning experience for his younger teammates.
Ja, es ist super cool, um eben als Team am Start zu stehen und eben auch durch alle Kategorien, von Juniorin bis zu Elite. Und ich probiere da meine Erfahrungen, die ich jetzt über die 22 Jahre machen konnte, so gut wie möglich mitgeben und meine Tipps können mitgeben. Und
ja, es ist mega speziell, mit dem Nino zu fahren. Ich meine, er ist ein Idol für alle und auch für mich. Und ja, ich war sehr nervös vor dem Rennen und wir alle. Und er hat uns wirklich mit ihm seinen Worten wirklich helfen. Und ja, es ist mega speziell, dafür so mit ihm noch eine Medaille zu gewinnen.
After the drama of the team relay, the focus shifts to the next generation, the junior cross-country Olympic races.
In the men's junior race, Namibia's Roger Schuren takes the lead, followed by Lucas Tester. A small mistake cost him his momentum, and Tester takes over. From there on, Tester shows superb strength and tactical awareness. Another mistake from Schuren dashes his hopes for victory.
Tester claims gold, ahead of Schuren in silver, giving Namibia its first mountain bike world championship medal, and Switzerland's Lewin Itten in third.
On the women's side, energised by her podium finish in the team relay, Switzerland's Anja Grossmann takes an early lead. But nothing can stop Slovenia's young star Sakezi on the Crans-Montana course. Her power and consistency lap after lap earns her the junior world champion title.
Next up, the under-23 cross-country Olympic race, one of the most important milestones in a young rider's career. Winning here isn't just a title, it's a gateway to elite racing, a stepping stone towards the rainbow jersey at the highest level.
Switzerland's Finn Trudler missed gold by a few centimetres in the XCC under-23. And he's determined not to let another rainbow jersey slip away. Right from the start, Trudler sets a blistering pace. After just one lap, a small group has broken away from the pack, led by Trudler, with Punchard, Washi and Pedersen right on his wheel.
The pace is relentless. By the third lap, Washi and Pedersen begin to drop off, unable to match Trudler's power.
Midway through the race, Trudler is in a league of his own, leaving all challengers behind. In front of a roaring Swiss crowd, he dominates the race from start to finish to claim the under-23 World Championship title.
The under-23 women's XCO race in Crans-Montana unfolds over 6 laps. With 50 riders at the start, the competition is fierce.
The race begins with a tightly packed lead group with riders from Canada, the USA, France and Italy.
Riders have to contend with a drying course made slippery and challenging by earlier rain.
By lap 2, Canada's Isabella Holmgren, already world champion in the short track, makes a move and breaks away from the pack. Her next acceleration is decisive, establishing a lead that she will continue to build upon.
As Holmgren extends her lead, the battle for the remaining podium spots intensifies. A heavy fall means Frances Anesti must retire from the race.
Holmgren crosses the finishing line with a commanding lead of over 2 minutes, securing her second consecutive under-23 XCO World Championship title. Behind her, the USA's Vida Lopez de San Roman and Italy's Valentina Corvi claim silver and bronze respectively. It's time to go racing at the women's elite race here in Crans-Montana, the 2025 Mountain Bike World Championships. We are go, the women's elite. This is the kick-off from the start. It is uphill, as you can see, into the first left-hand turn. Risvet's on the inside, a look across from Stiger. As she comes up for Austria on the outside, though, Jen Jackson is going to carry plenty of pace. She's going to go around, I think, just in front of Evie Richards. Neff getting a little caught up on the inside.
24 different nations amongst those 54 riders, and you can see right across the front, Ginny Risvets right at the front of the race.
And look at this, one rider who's clearly having no problems at all. Jenny Risvets takes a look over her shoulder. She's already got 2 or 3 biker lengths to Berta, and then a further 5 bike lengths back to Petersea, being followed by Lil. Then it's going to be Richards, followed by Lecomte, by Maxwell. It's Jenny Risvets starting off, as I'm sure she means to go on at the front of the race here today. Down this descent. Look at the pace here of Keller. Keller just coming up on the left-hand side here of Richards. Wants to be in touch on this climb. Doesn't want to let that group go any further, but they've all let Risvets go. We're coming up to split 2. Petersea in 3rd, Maxwell in 4th, Lil in 5th, Keller in 6th. As they went through the tie check, and you can already see that those positions have been changed, with Keller moving in front of Petersea here. As we start to drop down into towards the rock garden, we go down this mini rock garden at the top with a couple of drop-offs. We've then got some off-camber, then a little bit of a punchy climb before we go into the main technical rock garden itself. We'll see how far they can move their way up through the field, as Maxwell wants to take on this descent in front of Berta. Berta says, nope, thank you very much. I want to go in here first. She's going to go down, leading the charge. Behind, you can see, following that same line Risvets went at the moment. All the riders on the same line. No real opportunity to overtake down here. There's been some shuffling behind our race leader, that is for sure, between the split number 2 and when we get to the finish. The race leader very much on her way there. Jenny Risvet smoothly down that final chute. And here they come. The distance is foreshortened a little bit by this camera shot here today as Risvet goes over the line at the end of lap number 1. What's that gap going to be? It's 13 seconds. Evie Richards at the moment. That is the front of the race. Risved's leading them behind. You can see this chase. Maxwell and Keller very focused on getting back onto Risved's wheel. The gap now 4 seconds. It's gone from a maximum of 17 seconds down to 4 seconds. Maxwell not right on the heels here, and then the gap has opened up. Our drone's going to jump in between the leading 3 riders and the chasers behind here. Sammy Maxwell on the way through. You can see in front it's Risved in the blue and yellow of Sweden. The red and white of Switzerland is Keller. Fortunately, these riders all managing to miss that section out as they drop down here. The pace of these 3 leaders is fantastic.
Crowd?
It is huge, isn't it?
And Roots, yep.
Oh, and the wheel just slightly
Washing
too
out.
over the front. The wheel got caught up, didn't it? Just hooked up on the way through. And then over she went. It allowed Risvet and Maxwell to go through as calm
And it's
as you
allowed
like.
Richards to get back on as well. So this group now becoming 4 riders. So at the front of the race, they're coming into the section where they've got multiple choices on lines at the moment. Maxwell and Risved's taking the high line. Keller taking the low. Richards just behind.
So it's all about what speed you carry forwards, where that momentum is. Big push coming from Keller here. So you can see Risved's coming into this drop down. She doesn't want to follow Maxwell through here, I don't think. And she doesn't. She's very quickly here. This is a section she clearly feels she's quicker. You can just see the dust here. She's got a superb line through there. Keller takes a shorter line, but carrying plenty of speed, and the gap is opening a little from Keller to Maxwell. Risved doesn't have quite that same gap, and the crowd go absolutely mental. Every slight difference, it could be a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of 1% difference, will make the difference when you are against the best in the world at the World Championships, when everybody knows you've got to deliver today. The last lap, you know, Rizzo's got to think of doing something different, but at the moment she can just keep on doing this and keep waiting until they can't close that gap down.
Well, the gap opening slightly now between Peterson and Richards. The gap comes down, the gap goes out. The gap comes down, the gap goes out. And Risved just wants to lead from the front. Well, these 3 locked together on the latter half of the course. And this is interesting because the stretch does come from Risved's on the early half of the course. Then these 3 tend to come together at the end of the lap. Now, whether that is deliberate...
So here we go, 3 laps left to go, 3 more chances on each of the sections of course to use them to your advantage if you're strong, to hang on and not lose ground if it's not your strongest point. Keller onto the steep section, and she doesn't make the steep section. She's off the bike and running. This is going to hand the advantage back across, and this time round Maxwell may be buoyed by the fact that she'd just seen an error from Keller there very quickly on the pedals, but also I think aware that the gap could go out to Risved if she's not careful. But look at Keller. How much does Keller want this?
This climb is indeed rooty. As you can see, Risved's back in the lead here. Keller in 2, Maxwell in 3, but Risved's is starting. That gap is there.
Oh, and we got issues here. So here we go. It's going to be back wheel out here. You can just see a quick spin of that through axle here today. So clearly issues, but Peterson. 10 seconds
10
still holding.
seconds. It's held.
This is going to be key. What is going to happen now? We are on our last laps here. Last 2 laps left of this race. But the race leader, Jenny Risved's laser focus on the way through there. That gap, it's not really changing that much from Richards to the riders in front. No way yet that we're going to see a change of leader at the moment. And Keller now, here we go. This is where the move was made.
Oh, right up on the inside.
Maxwell now on a charge, opening up the gap before they go down into that rock garden.
Look at that. She will not give up until she has crossed the line, but has she pushed too hard? We could see a battle between Richards and Keller for bronze here.
Risvet looks over his shoulder as the bell rings with one more lap to go in the women's elite race here at Crans-Montana. Maxwell's looking to close that gap back down again. The clock is still ticking onwards here as they come to the line, but that is not going to be 14 seconds. It's not going to be 16 seconds. It is 10 seconds now. Risvet's getting the support. Look at the crowd at the side, enjoying this race, enjoying the fact that they are seeing the world's best riders in action in an amazing venue here in Valais at Crans-Montana. Former Olympic champion, absolute inspiration. Jenny Risvet is leading the way down here, being chased by Sammy Maxwell. Maxwell really coming to the fore. We saw her riding strongly in Glasgow in 2023. She rode well all the way through the last couple of seasons. Really has become a force to be reckoned with. Today, though, she didn't have the force, so she's still the apprentice to Jenny Risvet's master at the moment as Risvet comes into the rock garden for the last time. Don't make a mistake. Don't get this wrong right now, because you will find yourself in trouble, because there is not enough time to recover from it. Meanwhile, Alexandra Keller on her way through, heads into that safe section, third place. 10 seconds at the last time check behind Risvet for Maxwell. 40 seconds back on Risvet was Keller. They're the 1, 2, 3.
She's done an absolutely superb ride here in Crans-Montana. It's been a masterclass from Jenny Risvet, the rider from Sweden. She drops down through the final chute. She's going to go out onto the finish road very, very shortly. Samara Maxwell, your world champion for 2025 in the Elite Women XCO, Jenny Risvet from Sweden.
Sammy Maxwell will take away a silver medal. She gave it absolutely everything. Keller makes her way in up to the line. This is going to be a bronze medal to add to her win. She brings the crowd to their feet in style. It all came together as Risvet hunted on the slopes of Crans-Montana for that win. She took it in style.
It's almost like I forgot how it is to race World Championships. It's always super tight and tense, and it's different from a World Cup. It's a lot faster and tighter. I think this year was the first year I was brave enough to actually believe it was possible. I'm really proud of that, and I didn't stress too much about the fight that I was involved in. I just tried to stay at my pace and do my own race, and I tried to control it a bit, and yeah, managed to pull it off.
Welcome to the very last race of the 2025 UCI Mountain Bike World Championships. A packed Crans-Montana all the way from the start finish, all the way up onto the top of the hill. Our riders are ready, the course is ready, the spectators are ready. It's the men's elite cross-country Olympic. And we're green, we are go. This is the very last race start of the championships for 2025. The long kick up there straight into that left-hand turn is critical. Azaro in the gold helmet on the left of your screen is going to come sweeping round. He's got Hadley right on his wheels. Aldridge on the inside. You can see really tight on that inside. Now riders on lap 1 straight up here on the smoother section. Next lap, they're going to be on the routes. Victor Koretsky leading here. You can see already Blevins holding that second place. Putner looking good on the course at the moment. Looking like he's going to hold the wheels. We drop down here towards the timber garden in towards the 3 drop-offs, almost walking the plank off onto that carpeted landing. The riders call it the magic carpet ride. Well, as you can just see, once you go through that timber garden, through that drop-off, this is now getting more and more dusty. This was slippery and greasy earlier on, but the dust already being kicked up as the riders go down into this rock garden. It is absolutely deafening. You can hear the cheers ringing around the Valais. So issues here, Matthew Cesaro having to come in. He's going to go get a change. That looks like a rear wheel change here. The gap open on the front here. Victor Koretsky and Christopher Blevins, the leading 2 riders on this final shoot down. And this is right on the doorstep of town. Well, they certainly achieved that, and the riders already coming back onto this long, draggy climb here. As they come up, you can see just a little bit of a gap opening up to Andreasen and Aldridge as our leading 2 riders go through. This is lap number 1 complete.
Oh, mistake from Vito Koretsky there.
And indeed, yeah, this is interesting to see the riders going up the main line. They're all getting held up by Koretsky. It allowed this sweep on the bottom line here. This is a section that got out a lot of the riders in the earlier race, but now, because it is south-facing, you're just starting to see the dust rise up. At the moment, though, Hathaway extending that lead. At the last time check we had was 10 seconds, but we're coming down to the line at the end of lap number 2, and when we get there, we're going to see if that gap has gone out. Bit further down through the race, Phil, but going to be very interested to see just what happens at the front here as Matthew van der Poel now starts to make his move here, pushing on those pedals, and now we are starting to see a move being made here. This is a push coming from van der Poel. The leading riders going through, 7 riders within 32 seconds of our race leader, 10 riders within 44 seconds of the race leader. But the race leader, Alan Hathaway of South Africa, the defending champion, has gone clear, and he has got the gap now on the rest of the riders. This is lap 3 of 9. So our camera's down on van der Poel at the moment, and again you can see big push on the outside. The riders not wanting to let those gaps go.
Well, the sun is shining outside the commentary box now in Crans-Montana, and Alan Hathaway is riding away in that sunshine from the rest of the group. 34 seconds was the last time check.
He's going out onto a lap number 5, 4 laps complete. He's out on lap 5 of 9. Koretsky is on his way here. So here we go. Koretsky takes that left hand. He goes slightly high and then drops down. And that line, you could just see Abadetto took the same line, the drop out of that rear wheel, and it's caused carnage behind.
Alan Hathaway continues to put well, it's a demonstration ride, isn't it? You know, he's calm, he's considered, and really just continuing in a metronomic pace off the front of this race.
Matthew van der Poel goes through at the moment outside the top 10, inside of 2 minutes of Alan Hathaway.
This group now are going to be starting to look at each other, not to close the gap down to Hathaway, but the silver and the bronze medal are going to come from this group potentially, and that is where their focus will then shift. with 3 laps to go, the opportunity to pause, take a break, watch what the others are doing, take a look at the competition. There are 6 riders in this chase group. 1 minute 40 to the chasing group.
Now we're starting to see maybe the first signs of fatigue now starting to show. A little bit of a body rock, a little bit of a head rock, maybe more than we would normally see from Hatley. Is this going to give hope to the riders behind that gap? It is huge. 1 minute, 38 seconds.
I think he's under pressure at the moment and not able to respond as well here. I say that and they come out into the open air onto the climb, and Koretsky goes. Has he got the power? Has he got the endurance? Can he stay with the riders now starting to go clear? We knew with 2 laps to go that this race needed to light up in this group of 6. Well, the silver and the bronze, the battle has begun.
They are all trying to come back to this man, and the time gap will be critical as he goes through. Are we going to see that time gap tumble with 1 lap to go? Did he go too soon? He's still at the front of the race with a gap of over 1.5 minutes. The gap has opened up. Our camera's going to drop in here. It's directly behind Avendetto, the rider who's in 3rd place at the moment, chasing Matthias Flukinger, who's in 2nd. You can see the gap between these riders. Drone cuts the corner, something our riders can't do as they come around here. He's on the climb here, Flukinger. This is the steep section. It's deceptively tough up here. Listen to that crowd, listen to the noise. 1 more lap to go, 1 more lap to go here at the men's elite cross country. You can see the effort being put in to close these gaps back down again. Koretsky's head out, if he gets any lower, it's going to be on the handlebars as they come up this straight. Alan Hatley now knows he's got this once more around the course, once more over all of these obstacles, once more over each and every one of the 1,000 of tree roots out on course. This is a big kick coming here. Now, interesting line coming through this section as we see Flukinger now going back in trouble. This is a huge effort. You can see him pulling on those bars, the effort going through the pedals here. This is a massive kick from Avendetto that's being answered by Flukinger. And Avendetto has to be careful he doesn't invest too much into a move that is doomed to failure. The 2 Swiss will put the pressure on the Italian here because they would dearly love to get that silver and bronze medal. One man who's clear of all of the shenanigans further back down is Alan Hatley. Hatley of South Africa getting the applause of the crowd. He should be welcome to the high point of this course in style because, my goodness me, what a ride from the South African.
We could see all 6 of these come back together again. At last checkpoint, it was a 10-second gap between these 2 groups of 3 riders. It's now down to 5 as Avendetti goes over the top again.
Koretsky on his way down here. What can Koretsky do? Can he pull something special out on the way through? We know he's got that explosive kick as he goes down. Avendetto on the rise. Defending his title from last year, the 2025 mountain bike men's elite cross-country Olympic world champion, Alan Hatley of South Africa. Well, down the final chute comes Avendetto. He's got the gap and the 3 riders are together, and Koretsky has gone past. It's going to be gone past Shatti here. He's going for the wheel of Flukinger. fighting his way up as Flukinger, well, he's leading out Koretsky, and he's not going to take him in the sprint here. He's just going to get in the way of his teammate. This is the Rumveldi line. Avendetto takes second place, and he'll be taking the silver medal. Koretsky makes it another podium here. He takes the bronze medal. The Swiss will be disappointed with 4th and 5th places after being in the battle for so long, but no doubting our race winner, Alan Hatley of South Africa. And that's the confirmation of your top 10 riders here today. As the sun
I
blazes.
guess I knew that there was going to be some point where I would probably start to fade and struggle a bit, and I decided to try and get the gap as big as possible before that point. And I think mentally it's really hard if you're in second and you know the gap is over a minute to close it. So I think it kind of became a race for second behind me, and that really helped me just to ride my own race.
And with this, 2 weeks of competition come to a close. 2 weeks of fervour, of performance and of emotions across the mountains of Valais.
We've bid farewell to legends. We've seen rising stars step onto the world stage. The memories shared by athletes and spectators will stay long after the racing is done.
This was the 2025 UCI Mountain Bike World Championships.